It's Monday, it's week 4, and it's time for you to vote for your favorite cover of the week. Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0 and fans. Yes, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you my top 10 comic book covers of the week. And this is week number 4. Now, this ain't just a normal top 10 video countdown, guys. This is a series where you, the fans, can actually participate and vote on your favorite cover of the week based off of my top 10 favorite covers of the week. And every 8 weeks, we put those winners into a group, and you vote on what gets nominated for cover of the year. And then by the time we get to the end of the year, you guys will have that final say on what gets that coveted title of comic book cover of the year. So we enter week 4, but before we get into week 4, we have to finish up what happened in week 3. So who won in week 3? Well, it was none other than Ben Oliver's Catwoman. Now, this was not a blow-away vote in any stretch of the means. You guys had a tough time. The votes were across the board here. It was really tight race between Uncanny X-Men, Batman Who Laughs, the White Widow, the Supergirl. They all had multiple votes, but at the end, when I was tallying the votes, Catwoman wound up prevailing. So, with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump in to the top 10 countdown, all right? So here we go. Coming in at number 10, and this goes to Aquaman issue 44. This is the regular cover, okay? This is kind of cool cover. Now, there was a lot of covers here that didn't really blow me out of the water this week. It was kind of hard finding a top 10. Some weeks are very easy to find a top 10. This week I had to do some digging. But my number 10 was this Aquaman issue 44. This was kind of cool because there was something that really attracted me to this cover. And it has Aquaman standing in the ocean or whatever it is, and there's this female there. And she's in this bright red dress, so automatically this attracts the reader with that bright red color. And she's holding like a torch in the water, and Aquaman is like pointing. But the detail and the line work that was in this book were really nice. And that's what I liked about it. I love the details of the dress and the hair flowing in the wind and the big waves and stuff like that. So that was cool. It captured my attention. That was my number 10. And if it's your favorite cover, please vote. So moving on to number 9. This goes to Lady Death, Hell Raiders issue 1. Now this is the regular cover. When you look at her variant covers, yeah, they're a little over the top. So that's, you know, I try to keep this show a little bit, you know, PG here for people, okay? So, Lady Death and the Hell Raiders. This was kind of a cool looking cover because we get to see not only Lady Death on the cover, but we get to see all her teammates, which is kind of cool. And if you're kind of new to Lady Death or you don't know these characters, you might want to be interested in picking this cover up just by all these crazy characters on there. So it kind of sits there and goes, wow, Lady Death. Like, I know Lady Death, and a lot of people do know her, but they're like, what are all these other characters on there, and what do they have in common, and why are they all together? So it kind of puts that question mark above your head, like, why would you want to buy that comic book? So, and it was a really nice looking cover. So if it's your number 1 pick of the week, please vote. All right, so moving on to number 8. This is Teen Titans issue 26. This is the regular cover. This is a cool cover. Kind of stays true to what happens in the book if you read the issue. And this is like Robin. He's in the Bat Cave, and he's like infiltrating the Bat computer and whatnot. And then the next thing you see is you see all the Teen Titans looking at you, and you get to see the shadow of Batman. And I think it's Roundhouse. He's like, we're busted. So you know that, Batman is right around the corner getting ready to bust these guys. So I like that cover because it's telling the story. It kind of stays true to what happens in the issue. I really liked it. And if it's your number one cover of the week, please vote. All right, next, my number 7 cover of the week. It goes to Guardians of the Galaxy. This is issue 1. Kind of the same thing when it comes to like the Lady Death cover, how you see the team on the cover. This is what happens in Guardians of the Galaxy. You get to see Peter Quill, who's front and center, and then you get to see all the different potential Guardians. And you're kind of like, okay, are all these guys going to be the Guardians? Who's going to be the Guardians? Who's going to be the team? And just seeing all these cosmic beings on one cover is really, really cool. And it really sets up the mystery on who's going to be on the team going forward. And by the time you get to the end of that issue, you actually find out, who is on that team. And so I thought that was really cool to see all those cosmic beings on that one cover. So if it's your favorite cover of the week, please vote. All right, so we're hitting it up on number 6. And number 6 goes to Justice League issue 16. This is the B cover. I like this cover because it seemed to focus on the Justice League characters with the capes only. And I thought that was really neat. It's got Batman, it's got Wonder Woman, it's got Martian Manhunter, and it's got Superman on there. And I like the way they look because it's like you're looking up at the superheroes and they're flying above you, and you like are focusing in on just, again, like their capes. Their capes are like really long, over exaggerated, but a lot of detail goes into them. Superman's got his like heat vision ready to fire at you, and I was like, well, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I like that cover. It was neat. So if it's your favorite cover of the week, please vote. All right, so going on to our top 5, and my number 5 cover of the week goes to Monstrous issue 19. Now, I have no idea what this book is about, but the cover just looks cool. I mean, the characters just have enormous detail on them. There's like this big wizard person or whatever it is with like these hands, and there's got this like eye thing, this like symbol on there. And the expression on the girl's face or the female's face is just, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's a lot of detail that goes into it. The coloring is really nice on the cover. I was like, man, this is a beautiful looking cover. So Monstrous hits my number 5. And if it's your favorite cover of the week, please vote. All right, so going in to number 4. Number 4 goes to Shiri, issue 1. Issue 4. Sorry about that. So it was a number 4 issue, and my number 4 on my pick. And this was a nice looking cover. I loved it. It wasn't, overly detailed. It just focused on one character, and she looks like she's jumping off a cliff, and she has these wings on her. So it's like she's trying to fly. And what I really focused in on there was obviously her as the character, but when you go further down, you look at her sneakers. I thought that was really neat. And when she's jumping off the cliff, it's so detailed that you get to see like the pebbles off the cliff and stuff like that. It's just a beautifully looking cover, well drawn. Loved it, caught my attention. And if it's your number 1, please vote. All right. Going into our top 3 now, guys. We're going to move on to Uncanny X-Men Annual. This is the variant cover for this. I like this cover because we get to see, like, Cyclops, right? He's, like, wearing the jacket, and he's, like, getting ready to fire his optic beam, and you get to see it kind of going across the cover, which I thought was really nice as it focuses in on that. I kind of like the line work on there, so it looked really cool. So that was my number 3, and if it's your number 1 pick, please vote. All right, so coming in at number 2, guys, once again is another Immortal Hulk cover. This is issue 12. Obviously, it's the main cover. Alex Ross, really nice as you get to see this. I don't know what it is. I mean, Hulk is in hell. It looks like some lava hell demon creature. It's filled with like magma and lava and fire, and it looks like it's trying to pick up Hulk, and he's like trying to eat him, and it's got these like big fiery eyes, and it's just the colors alone, it's just amazing. And these Alex Ross covers are so well done when it comes to this series. I mean, it's just one of the best ones I've seen. If you guys look back here, here's another one for Immortal Hulk issue number 15, right, where Samson's like examining him. That's coming out soon too. So his covers are so nice when it comes to this series. So if it's your number one, please vote. All right, last but not least, we have our number one pick of the week, and my number one goes to Crypt of Shadows, issue 1. This is the variant cover. This book is also written by Al Ewing, and this is a nice looking cover as it gives you some kind of like Silver Age vibe to it, as it's this old school horror-like tale. I thought it was really cool because the main character, his name is John in the cover. He's getting dragged by which looks like dogs or wolves, and we get to see the female in the background, and he's got his hands like digging into the ground, and you can see the marks in the ground being dirt as he's being dragged, and he's like screaming and stuff like that. And I loved the way this cover looked. If I could get my hands on this cover, I would have bought this one instead of the main cover. Overall, a solid story too. So that was my number one pick, and if it's your number one, please vote. So yeah, guys, there you have it. There are the books for the week. Once again, the rules: you can only vote once per person, and you can't give the other person's vote a thumbs up. That won't count as a vote. You got to write it in the descriptions box below. And if you don't like any of these covers, and I know that was a tough week this week, please put down your own cover, because it could start a little trend and people might agree with you. That's kind of somehow this voting works sometimes. Someone sees Catwoman and they're like, I like Catwoman too. I like Catwoman too. Sometimes that's how it works. So that one that you pick, it might actually win. Okay, and then don't forget, guys, this week there won't be a video that will display for this series until next Tuesday. I got a tennis tournament to run over the weekend, so make sure you get those votes in by 8 a.m. Monday. And as always, fans, thank you so much for watching Comic Book Cover of the Week. It's been a great series. You guys, the participation has doubled on it. And again, tell your friends about it. And remember, on week 8 or week 9, when I do a group voting, I'm going to do a giveaway. So be there for that. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a single video from me. And until our next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. Bye.